There's no sound. Okay, there we go. There's sound now. Right, so become the victor. There we go. You become the victor, not the victim. Okay, right, we're back. Okay, so you are in charge of feeling that disappointment. Feel it. Structure some time into your day to feel. When I was in the therapeutic community, we were told to get a clock, to put it on for about 20 minutes and to really feel our feelings and to cry, whatever you needed for 20 minutes. So structure some time in your day for you. To really, really feel, to really feel, okay? Because the only way you can heal is through feeling. So structure some time in your day where you really, really feel in order to heal. Because the only way you can heal is through feeling the pain, the disappointment. And that's why I'm here, balanced, living my life to the best of my ability, because the whole of my life is one big disappointment. Everything. Nothing worked out the way I wanted it to. Nothing worked out the way Lauren wanted it to. Nothing. And today I sit in the house on my own with 2 cats, trying to stay sane. I make sure I eat well. I make sure I drink water. I make sure I get sleep. I make sure I cry. I make sure I scream. I make sure I sing. I make sure I do something kind. And that's what I'm doing, giving my love. And now I'm going to finish this and I'm going to put a program on for all of you. If you're under 35, there is a charity called Papyrus, right? And I'm going to put a program on about that. And I'm going to put a program on about bullying. So because I get bullied nonstop by people that really, they're cruel. It's the only way I can express. They're cruel. They know what the triggers are and they bully me nonstop to get me out of my sanity because they're trying to destroy me. They're trying to destroy me being on TV. They pretend to be nice and kind and loving, but they're not. So be very aware of that. If you're being bullied, I'm going to put a program on about bullying because I want you to know that we support you. And people that bully people, they're very unhappy. Some of them are sick. And I'm not talking about the depression. I'm talking about that they are evil. There's something wrong with them. And I have encountered a huge amount of bullying and it's bringing me through and it's making me stronger all the time. But it makes you really aware that you cannot trust anybody. Do not trust humans. Don't trust humans because they will hurt you. Every single human will hurt you. That's how it's going to be. So don't have any expectations and watch them. Observe the way they talk to each other. Observe the way they talk to you. Observe the way they can be. Certain people that give and give and give, and then they just take it all back. And they can be so unkind and so cruel. And they know, one of them knows who he is. He's on here. And I think he came on here in order to destroy my channel, in order to abuse and to put nasty stuff on about me. So I get it. That's the world we're living in at the moment. So I love myself. enough to do my work. So if this person triggers me, makes me feel less than, particularly because of my age, I don't understand why this person is so obsessed with my age, but they are. But wasn't it beautiful yesterday that because I did my work and I carried on and gave Cara the most beautiful birthday because she deserved it. So I loved more. I loved more than the fear and the pain that they were causing, that this person had caused me. I loved her more. And by the end of the day, I got this beautiful message to say, you are so pretty, you are so attractive, you are so talented. A massive testimonial from someone on Twitch who loved my work. Hi, Bo. How are you, Bogey Brighton? I haven't seen you for a while. Hey, how are you? Staying sane one day at a time. Are you being bullied? Because I've been bullied non-stop. They've chosen my age to bully me with. How are you, sweetheart? Shall I put your program on? You, me, and Ange. That was fun. So staying sane one day at a time, guys. And God, I'm getting triggered. They trigger me non-stop. And do you know what I'm doing? I'm loving myself more. And I'm sinking into the pain like you teach. Yeah? Please share this everywhere. We're on Instagram as well. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're everywhere. We're on everywhere at the moment. But saying that the live video ended. Oh, it can be such a nightmare, this. Stupid. Right. I'm going back to just connecting back again because it's telling me we're not connected again. Okay. So yeah, so you don't rely on anybody, you rely on yourself. You become an observer and not a victim. Oh, we're still on Facebook, right? You become an observer and not a victim. Okay? That's what you do. You become an observer and not, oh, we're on Twitter as well. That's cool. It doesn't matter, we'll grow, but the streams are not going very well at the moment. It's not very good reception. So you become an observer of everything, and that's how you stay sane. So now I'm going to put a program on about bullying. So if anyone is being bullied, this is my gift to you. I did an interview with the bullying line because it's essential for me to pass this on because I know how it feels to be bullied. It's unbelievable, and only cruel people can bully you. Okay? I did this one. It's a mental health show, PTSD bullying during the lockdowns. Okay, so I don't remember this one. I'm going to watch it with you. Only unhappy people can hurt you. Hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. Now, I made this program. I don't remember what it's about, so I'm going to watch it with you. It's about PTSD and bullying, but I'm going off Instagram now. It's lovely seeing you, Bogey. Boggy Brighton. I might put your program on. We're on Moving on TV 1 on YouTube because we got wiped. We got striked off. Striked off, right? It's Moving on TV. It was so funny when you were falling off that thing, remember? Moving on TV 1 on YouTube. That's our backup channel, and it's on Two Awake Blondes. Take care. Lots of love, everyone. And if you need to work, if you want to work with me, contact me. I love you. Bye. Okay, so this is vlog day 12. They're all on here. They're all on Instagram. Everything I give from the heart, everything. Hurt people hurt people. How are you going with the observing and not being the victim? You observe everything. So watch the people that come into your life. The people that have come into my life in the last 6 months, in particular one, was so, it was like they reeled me in with their kindness and their compassion. Be very careful of that. And then they turn on you. Okay, so be very, very careful with that. Be careful. Very careful. And they've gone again. I know they're on here. And I deserve a big apology, okay? I deserve a huge apology for the way they have been behaving. That's what I deserve, a huge apology. A huge apology. And they know exactly who they are. And they came on here bullying me yesterday about my age because they're obsessed with my age. So you know exactly who you are. Shall I tell you who you are? There. You. You. I deserve a huge apology from you. Okay, anyway. I'm not taking any more bullying. I don't accept the nonsense anymore. I'm staying sane on a daily basis. Right. Let's put this on. It's PTSD.
No.
Welcome to Moving On TV and the Mental Health Show. My name is Lauren Hope. I'm the CEO of Moving On TV, and today I want to talk about post-traumatic stress disorder. Post-traumatic stress disorder, to me, is when you've been shocked, whether as a child, you've been abused, or you've been through wars, in my case, and abuse, and your subconscious holds on to a lot of the thoughts and the feelings of what you went through, and you can get triggered. And particularly the way we're living at the moment in this world with chaos and all the madness and lockdown, I want to talk about the fact that there doesn't seem to be anything for us, nothing, for people who are suffering from post-traumatic stress. Now, I'm going to give you an example from my life. I run Moving On TV. I've recovered. I've done a huge amount of work on myself. I recovered in the therapeutic community. I'm in the book Simply Amazing. But there's still stuff in me that gets triggered. And because we're living in such uncertain times, I feel it's important to have structure to do my work. And so my work consists of doing my interviews, putting together my interviews to help the community, putting together the shows that I do, doing interviews on Zoom, because obviously I can't go anywhere to do interviews at the moment, and doing the editing and getting my work out. And so my work is done usually at night, because I feel more relaxed. I'm a night owl. I feel like I want to edit at night and get everything done. And then I'll go to bed, usually fall asleep for a few hours during the day and get up probably about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and start again. That's how the pattern has been up until now. However, one of my neighbors decided to renovate a bathroom. Now, in an ordinary time, you know, when you're living, when you can go to the pub, you can have a drink, you can go to friends, or if you have family, which I don't, you can go and sit with your family. I have my in-laws, but they can't see anyone. You have a garden or whatever, and the weather is nice, or you go for a meal. So you can get out or even do your work in Costa or in a place where you can sit and edit. But in these circumstances of lockdown, this is where it's very important to know that there are laws, human rights laws, protecting people with post-traumatic stress disorder, because there aren't. So this person decided they wanted to renovate their bathroom in spite of the fact that we're in lockdown. And I explained to this person, I have nowhere to go, I can't work, it's disrupting everything in my life. And they wouldn't listen. They started with drilling, they started with noise, and that was it for me. Everything started to come up. I was lying on the floor like a tiny child stuck in an air raid shelter, because everything is stuck in your subconscious. Now, I'm not saying that I'm against bringing up feelings. I'm all for bringing up feelings, and the feelings have to come up one way or another. But enough is enough. You know, okay, when they start to come up, you have to get some peace. And because, as I said, your life is all over the place. It's upside down and inside out, and you want to sleep, you can't sleep, because that part of you has been shook up. And when the weather's not working very well, there's no, as I say, you can't even go into the park because your PTSD makes it difficult for you to be with people. And so for me, it created a really difficult situation. And there's nowhere to go. Now, to me, asking that person kindly, saying, I've got PTSD, can you please back down and give me some space to do my work and to have some structure? Because as I explained, in the therapeutic community, structure is so important. If you don't have family and you don't have regular, you know, family to call or to be with or friends, and we're in lockdown and the world is, you just don't know what's coming from one day to another. You can't go down the shops because people are wearing masks, and yet the government website says that this isn't contagious and people don't want to listen. Then what do? You feel like everything's coming up for you and you have no peace anymore. And I asked this person very nicely and they refused. And so the PTSD came up, the primal screaming came out in the house one night, and she called the police. And the police, of course, that is not where you want to go. You don't want them involved because they know nothing about mental health. 10 years ago, I had an episode on the street, a panic attack, and they threw me in a cell. They took my clothes off of me. They said I was going to kill myself. They wouldn't let me ring a lawyer. They wouldn't let me ring women's groups. I was going through sexual abuse counseling. That's how this law is, and this system and this country. And if you don't like listening to it, this is the truth, and we need to change it. So how do we change it? Well, we have Moving on TV. This is a forum for people. This is the mental health show, and I thought it's really important to put this message out. Now, I don't know if groups will put this on their group because they don't like putting stuff out. But this is so important for you to know that we have rights. People who have been through difficult lives, war, abuse, being beaten up, whatever, being beaten up by the system, you have rights. And we have to somehow find those rights. And we have to be able to put them in front of these bullies that don't care that they are pushing us back into our childhoods, into our abuse, and where we have nowhere to escape to. You know, yes, you can bring it up, but you also need some peace. And I am here to ask for you to come together to create these rights. Come on, Moving on TV. Talk about this. Let's bring it together. Human rights are there. Every person has a right to be peaceful, to be happy, to breathe, to do their work. If you want to do primal screaming because they set you off, that doesn't mean you're mad. It means you're bringing up your anger, you're bringing off your fears, and they set them off. So what right have they got to call the police? Anyway, or if you're doing your music and singing loud, they have no right to call the police. And that's what happened to me as well. They called the police on me because I was singing. I was singing, and it was 7 o'clock in the evening, and they called the police because I was singing. I'm an opera singer. I'm a trained opera singer. I'm not even allowed to do that, but they're allowed to set off pneumatic drills in a tiny house right beside. Anyway, that's the problem. The solution is I have to bring on people here to solve these things onto Moving On TV. Take care. Welcome to the Mental Health Show. Please pass this on everywhere. If you have PTSD, please contact me at movingontv1@gmail.com. It's down below. Come on board Moving On TV. Give me your PTSD issues and help me find solutions. Help me find solutions. The solutions are not drugs. The solutions are peace and quiet and meditation, primal screaming, doing what you love, creativity. They're all in the book, Simply Amazing, Chapter 8, I Recovered. I recovered in spite of what the world threw at me, taking my family away after my father died, taking my job away when the lockdown started. Yes, I lost my job. It was with elderly, and they took it away because of the lockdown, because of this lie, because it's on the government website that this is not contagious. It's been on there. And help people like me and you. Take care now. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So there you go. I did that at the beginning of the lockdown. Oh my God, I looked completely different. That is so crazy. That's me just a year ago, just over a year ago. So, so yeah. So what I'm trying to say is I'm going to put some programs on about mental health recovery, because that's all I care about, mental health recovery. And hopefully I'm going out at 2 o'clock. So I'm going out with someone. So we're going to go for a coffee, which will be amazing. He's coming around. So let me just, let me see now. Let's see, what can I put on here? Because I want to really get it into people's hearts about being kind, you know, just kindness. Just kindness. And you know, when people bully, I think it's because they're not happy. It's obvious they're not happy. People would not okay, they would not bully, they would not hurt you if they were not hurt. Okay, and so I've asked for an apology here from someone, and we'll see what happens. They've gone, so maybe an apology is too big for them.
Hey guys, welcome to the Mental Health Show. Wow, it's a beautiful sunny day. I'm trying to film here with the sun in my eyes and a beautiful sunny day. Am I grateful to be here? Am I grateful to be here? Healthy, well, sane. I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder.
nearly 10 years ago, and I went into a therapeutic community, and I was in there for nearly 2 years, did my work, and came out with inner peace. And so I'm here to tell you that borderline personality disorder, a condition which loads and loads of people are being diagnosed with, a complex needs disorder, is totally manageable. I went into a therapeutic community for nearly 2 years, and I had to surrender. It took me a long time to surrender in the community, and I will tell you my story over the next episodes that you watch, because it's really important for you to know that if you do get to go into a therapeutic community, you do have to surrender. Now, when you first go in there, you're just going to do what you do, and you won't know that it's harming you. But that's the way it is. But then they're going to take your medication off of you, because all the work is done without medication. I have never had any medication for my condition, and I am very, very well. So it's up to me to go out there and to tell you the truth of how BPD can be managed. But you need to get yourself to a therapeutic community or learn the tools that I'm going to teach you. So here on Moving On TV, this is the mental health show, and in the next few episodes, bit by bit, I will be filling you in more and more about BPD, because I do not want to hog this channel, but I think it's so important to tell you what I've got to tell you. You see, I went into the therapeutic community and I learned that I was blaming myself from my childhood. And it took a hell of a lot for me to realize that. And once I realized it, I was able to let it go. And then I got my inner peace. And the inner peace has stayed with me ever since, even through the death of my father and being 4 months in a wheelchair. As you know, I'm still on crutches, getting myself back to walking. So bit by bit, I'm getting there, but I have never touched any medication, not for anything, not for my mental health issues, not for anything. And I'm here to tell you that BPD is totally manageable with the structure and support. But one of the most important things you have to do when you're diagnosed is you have to explain to your family what borderline personality disorder is. And the only way you can understand that is by reading about your condition and learning about your personalities. You see, because when I go into a certain personality, if I do, which I do occasionally, you know, we do on and off, these personalities live inside of us, and in times of stress, they come to the fore. I explain all of that to my family or to my husband, and then he knows how to deal with it. And the most important thing you've got to expect from your family and ask them to help you with is to validate that part of you, to love that part of you. And if they can't do that, well, then you're going to have to do it for yourself. You're going to have to learn that part of you, learn to love that part of you, learn to be compassionate towards that part of you, validate that part of you, and tell them you have a right to be angry, you have a right to be frightened. Because a lot of us, when we were children, we were told, I know I was, we weren't allowed to express our emotions. And that's how we were brought up. I know I was. And it's very difficult when you're an adult, because you've got those affirmations inside you that you're not allowed to be frightened, you're not allowed to cry, blah, 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 especially men. I'm telling you now that you're allowed to cry. You have to express your emotions. You have to get them out, but in a safe way. So the therapeutic community gives you that safety. The therapeutic community gives you the bell to ring when you're feeling that you need support. The therapeutic community gives you a 24-hour support system where you all support each other. The therapeutic community gives you responsibility for your life and the community, because you have to sit in meetings, you have to chair meetings. The therapeutic community gives you a voice and a presence. And I'm here to tell you all of that. So if you get diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, ask your doctor to refer you to a TC or a therapeutic community in your area. Go in there and do your work. And I can tell you from my experience, if you do, you will get inner peace. I can promise you that you will get inner peace, like I did. And I was a difficult case, believe me. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say now, because I want to move on with other people's programs, and people are blocking the sun here. So, That's all I'm going to say today on the Mental Health Show. Get yourself to a therapeutic community, ask your doctor, and we need more. So I'm asking the Prime Minister to build more therapeutic communities in this country instead of giving out loads of drugs that don't work. You take care. If you have to take some medication, you have to take it. I do it my way, and in the therapeutic community, you're not allowed to use medication because you have to find out what shocked you in the first place. So you take care, lots of love, and if you want to come onto the show, let me know. It's Lauren at movingontv.uk. You can call me on 07437 532 798. Bringing the hope back into your lives. Take care now. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, that was me with red hair. That's how I used to be. Yeah, you can read all about my story in Simply Amazing. It's chapter 8. The book is available at the Positivity Center in Burnham. They have lots of my books still. So you can buy it from them or you can get it from me. Okay, Simply Amazing, chapter 8. I was interviewed by Casey Armstrong. Now, over the last, that was filmed about, I don't know, probably 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and I did Danny Boy. I can't remember, after my dad died. So I've changed a lot of my opinions since then. All right. To me, BPD is just post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay, this is what it is. It's post-traumatic stress. It's abuse. It's bullying. It's boom, boom, boom. It's life fantasy. So when you're a life fantasist, it's womb twin survivor. It's lack of the right nutrition. It's not loving yourself. And it's lack of creativity and structure, compassion, and it's lack of a loving family. Okay, so this is what I'm writing my life story now, called How to Stay Sane in a Crazy World and Standing on Your Own 2 Feet. Post-traumatic, this is what BPD is. To me, it doesn't exist anymore. There's no such thing. No such thing. Okay? BPD does not exist. This is what it is. It is the fibromyalgia of the mind. That's it. The fibromyalgia of the mind. And the reason I put this on here is because Facebook can see the messages as well, as I get bullied about that. Do you know what they do? They take screenshots of part of my programs, or they take a screenshot and they laugh at it and they make fun of me. They make fun. They bully me because I have a big tooth. Look. They make fun of me. So I get bullied non-stop in these groups. Or they call me all sorts of names. They call me old. They call me a pensioner. They just do everything possible to destroy my reputation and my name and to destroy my day, right? Okay, so BPD does not exist. Okay, it's what it is. It's the fibro of the mind. Okay, so I'm going to read to you when Casey asked me about it, and I said to him, BPD is a mix of many different mental conditions, or lots of different conditions, okay? It doesn't fit a specific limited profile. You know, the rage I experienced drove people away from me. I was arrested on the street once while having a panic attack. because the police didn't have a clue what to do with me. I was crying. They said, if you don't stop, we'll cuff you. And that's what they did. They threw me in a cell and they told me I was mad. I was going to kill myself. I didn't know what they were talking about. I was panicking. I was scared. This was my life before I went into the therapeutic community. I was getting sick, but I've never tried to self-harm. I developed an eating disorder as a child after my molestation, which was awful, awful. But I've never tried to hurt myself. Okay, Simply Amazing, Chapter 8. Simply Amazing, Chapter 8. Simply Amazing, Chapter 8. Read it. Read it and learn what happened to me in the therapeutic community. Let's put some more mental health shows on. I should have quite a few here. Let's see, what else can I put on for you? Let's put this on first. Let's put this on first.
Guys, listen to this. You've got to listen to this. Okay. Imagine a world without chemtrails, without fluoridated water, without GMO crops and My name is Edith Piaf, and I refuse to wear the makeup. I want to bare my face to the audience as I would I love hair. No, I will only wear organic makeup, natural, no chemicals, because then I feel naked. Hey, waiting for it on Moving On TV. Hi, my name is Lauren Hope. I'm the founder of Moving On TV. I'm looking for organic makeup companies to come on and to promote their products and to sponsor Moving On TV. Contact me at laurene@movingontv.uk. And like Piaf, we will refuse to wear the makeup unless it's completely naked of chemicals. Thank you. Bye. Hi guys. God, look at the sunshine. Isn't it beautiful? Right, day-to-day survival kits. And how can we use that today to get through the day? Well, for me, I've got to go to the hospital today for my x-ray. And I think the way I'm going to use it is I'm going to talk about expectations. Now, when we have very high expectations and they're not met, we can get really hurt. So today I'm going to go to the hospital, and instead of having massive expectations to walk, to drive, to get physio, whatever, I'm going to trust and surrender. And I'm going to just have an expectation of moving on. That's it.
So that means that something will happen to move me on. I feel good. I feel this x-ray is going to be positive. I feel that they're going to let me walk and drive and physio and everything. But what if they don't? It depends on the consultant. So what I would say to you, if you want to have a good day today, keep your expectations realistic. Definitely reach for the stars, for the, and keep it high. Like, I will be walking, and I will be driving. I will be, doing all those things. But it just depends on the consultant I get today. So you have to remember that you have to rely on people outside there sometimes for your expectation for your life. So keep your expectations realistic, do it slowly, and eventually reach the goal. Hope that helps. Love you lot. Send me lots of prayers. Bye.
That was lovely, well done. Hi, I'm Lauren. And we're watching a real woman who had very serious issues, very serious mental health issues. And there's a reason why I perform this show. I have a condition called borderline personality disorder. I was diagnosed with a mental illness. And so I dedicate my life to performing artists like Piaf, and then I'm bringing back Maria Callas. I was treated in something called a therapeutic community. Has anyone ever heard of the therapeutic community? No, well, that's why I'm here to tell you. A therapeutic community is actually on the NHS, believe it or not. I was very, very lucky. And you go in there for about 18 months. You basically have to give up your life. Well, I was broken. I had no choice. And you're not allowed to take medication. You have to tap back into what you really are. You have to find where you got sick. And a lot of that is to do with post-traumatic stress disorder and childhood issues. And I was in there for nearly 2 years, and they always used to say to me, Lauren, you magnetize everyone, you should be on the stage. So I am. I love moving on theatre because I want everybody to know that you have a life with mental illness. Mental illness is just the beginning, and you can have a great life, and I have a great life, and I'm asking you to support me to keep running Moving On Theatre, to go out there and do these great shows, and to bring back to life Piaf and all these wonderful icons. And as I said to you, people sometimes come and talk to me because they know that their friends or relations have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. It's becoming a very common illness. And I always tell them a bit about what happened in the therapeutic community. The 24-hour support system, it's just amazing. You would not believe it that there is something like that actually in our world. And I'm here, proof of it. I came through, and as I say, I wish everybody learns about this through my work. So that's what I wanted to say. Now, we have feedback forms, and so if you hated it, please put that down. If you loved it, put it down. Whatever, it's really, whatever. And please put down your email addresses so I can keep in touch with you and send you newsletters. We have a show. I felt that Maria was here. I hope you felt it too. As you know, I am Laura, and I'm Irish. I always say that, you forget that. And we're coming back next week with Pia, by the way, because two leaders, and one is Maria Callas and Pia. And what I wanted to say is I usually say a few words about how I'm modeling on theatre, or why I'm modeling on theatre, and about BPD, borderline personality disorder. So basically, just to say, I usually choose shows about divas that were sick mentally ill. And I feel that Maria Callas had serious depression, and whether she took her life or not, that's debatable, but all the signs were pointing towards that. She lost her voice and she lost Aristotle, and she couldn't talk anymore. So I really think it's important to portray these women and to show you what's really going on inside there, you know. I basically was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder about 10 years ago, and I was very lucky. I went into a therapeutic community because I wouldn't be functioning today. As everyone who knows me lost my father. I lost my father 3 weeks ago. I wouldn't be functioning now if it wasn't for the therapeutic community, because they have, of course, unity prayer. Sorry. There's someone here who also saves my life a lot. It's the unity prayer, you know. But as I say, the therapeutic community basically gave me the strength to live, and you don't use any medication. There's no drugs involved. It's all on the NHS. So if you know anyone who has borderline personalities, please tell them to go see the doctor. And you really have to change yourself from inside out, and it's a huge process. So Moving On Theatre is here to promote it. If you go onto my website, you can read all about it. If you want to sponsor us, myself and Francis basically have mental illnesses, and I hope to be producing more shows about more performers, maybe arsenic and no lace, as they're all. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Oh, feedback. Oh yes. Do you know this is the 4th show that I've done now? So it's completely new. It's new. So I need your feedback, and I really hope you enjoyed it. So if you want to put some feedback and your email address, then we can keep in touch with you. I'll come out with feedback forms. And if you want to ask me any questions at all, then, you know, if you've got a few minutes, it's up down to you really. Anything you want to ask me?
There's something special about everybody. I don't care who you are.
When I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are.
I'm Casey Armstrong. This is WMAP, the world's most amazing people.
Host.
Guys, I'm Casey Armstrong, and this is WMAP.
'Cause you're amazing, just the way you
Hi guys, it's Lauren Hope here from Moving On TV. Do you know that a lot of mental illness and depression is caused because of lack of creativity? Because creativity is what we are. It's what we are. It's part of our breathing. You know, I've been singing since I was 6 years old, performing since I was 6 years old, and I haven't been able to get on the media. And so I got seriously depressed and seriously ill. Now it's all going to change with Moving On TV. We're creating a TV station for everyone, no matter who you are, you're unique. And I'm asking the media to put me on to perform everywhere, and particularly BBC, because we do pay your license, you know. We have a right to go on. So watch out. Here comes Lauren Hope, bringing the hope back into your lives. Bye.
There you go.
Welcome to How to Stay Sane in a Crazy World. A little bit of agoraphobia, a little bit of OCD, a little bit of claustrophobia. That's BPD. A little or a lot of depression, laced with it's all about me. Narcissism. A couple of Tourette's. Now what comes next? Oh yes, that's BPD. A little bit of autism, a little bit of AD or ADHD, a touch of paranoia. Are you looking at me? That's BPD. Let's add in schizoid tendencies and make it all about me. Yes, narcissism. Woo! A spoon of manic states, got a lot on our plates. With a monkey brain I cannot train. That's BPD. Hope I haven't upset anyone. You still there? That's BPD. Come and see the show, starting at Wickham Arts Centre, 29th of November, 7:30 p.m. The Green Room. Looking forward to seeing you. movingontheatre.co.uk. Hi guys, welcome to BPD Little Vid. For today, I'm going to talk about pampering, and everybody needs to pamper themselves a little bit. Now, everybody's got time to pamper themselves a little bit. I know you may have kids and families and work, but what about you? Because if you don't pamper yourself, don't give yourself that chance to, I don't know what, to do something you like or you love. That's what pampering is. Even if it's just sitting and watching your favorite TV show, having a bubble bath, having a massage, whatever it is, going for a drive and sitting in nature. You don't need a lot of money to have a bubble bath. Buying yourself your favorite chocolates, you know, whatever. To me, having a glass of wine, if that's okay, you have to pamper yourself, because if you don't take that time out to pamper yourself, you will not be able to be well. Okay, so that's my suggestion for today and little technique. Stay well. Love you lots. Bye. Hi there, my name is Lauren Hopo Medal, and together with Jacob Creswick, we have founded Moving On TV. Now, Moving On TV is going to be a great new type of media. It's about you, it's about the community. It's about all of us coming together as one. It's about creating a media for our families. So letting go of the violence, letting go of all the stuff that we see on TV that makes us depressed, and giving us a new media, giving us an exciting, fun, happy, factual, but a media that isn't going to throw us into depression, that's going to give us hope. It's about every single person that has a dream. One of the reasons I started with Jacob, this media company, is because I couldn't get on the media. I've done loads of work. I'm an actress, a producer, director, as you know, touring with Moving On Theatre. And I thought it's time to get on the media. But everything that's come back to me has been, you're not famous enough, blah, blah, blah. There's always something, or they don't get back to you. So I thought, well, fair enough, let's create our own media. And we have. So it's for you. It's for everyone, no matter what age you are. And particularly if you're older, then your wisdom and your life experience, because we are actually elders in other cultures. So I'm looking for everyone. We're looking for everyone. We're looking for people that have dreams. We're looking for people that have passion. We're looking for talent. We're looking for businesses, ethical businesses. Ethical businesses that are there for the environment and for the human race. And really, really live by that. We want you to work with us. We want you to advertise with us. We want to help you get to the public. If you're a business that isn't getting on mainstream TV because you're too healthy, please come to us. We will help you. It's going to be such an exciting year next year, 2015. We're going to be doing Little Women 2015, set in the UK. With all the issues that are happening around us. We're going to be doing a new soap, a positive soap, not like the usual soaps, but more with hope and understanding and a strong network to fall back on. So that's it really. Moving On TV is to help move your life along, and it's to help everyone realize their dream. And we will survive and exist thanks to you. So come, perform with us, interview with us, create a talk show with us, do whatever you want. We're here for you. You can contact me by tweeting me at Moving On TV. You can like us on Facebook, Moving On TV. You can call me or text me on her own phone, 07437 532 798. And you can email me at lauren@movingontheatre.co.uk. That's Lauren at movingontheatre.co.uk. And that's really what Moving On TV is all about. It's the station for you. It belongs to all of us. Thank you.
Nothing in your life is ever easy.
Guys, welcome to Moving On TV and to World Borderline Personality Disorder Awareness Month. I decided to film today in the garden. It's such a beautiful, beautiful day. And the message I wanted to get across is of hope. Hope, pure and clear, like my name, Lauren Hope. And the only reason I have that hope with this condition is because of the therapeutic communities. There is no doubt in my mind that if I hadn't gone into a therapeutic community in November 2011, I would not be here now, recovered and able to run Moving On TV and doing other things that I'm able to do. As you know, last year I went through hell. I had a lot of losses. I lost my father, I had a serious accident, and it went on and on and on, and lost my father's home. But despite all of that pain, all of that suffering, all of that grief, I am managing this condition really, really well. And that's my message for this month. Now, I created this station for all of us to support each other. And I created a mental health show, particularly for people who have got mental health issues that want to learn how to deal with them and have a better life. And so I'm sitting here telling you that the therapeutic community gave me a toolbox of recovery. And when I use that toolbox of recovery, in spite of the loss and the things that are not very nice in life that happen to us, I don't need medication. I don't need doctors. I don't need to go anywhere for help. I can find it in myself with the techniques that I learned. So it may be a good idea to just pass on some of those techniques in this little talk that I'm doing. As you know, I run Moving On TV on a budget, and I'm filming this on my iPhone, so I hope it comes across. Some of the techniques I use, the most important one I'd say is structure. You have to have a structured life. You have to have, every day that you get up, you have to structure your day, and particularly if you're going through loss or grief of some kind, you need to have some structure. And that really, really works for me. And it worked for me to get up every day and go to the community for 3 days a week. And because you knew where you were going, you knew what you were doing. So structure is very, very important. I will go into more details when I create programs, particularly for each technique in the toolbox. But I'm going to go through some of them today. So structure is very, very important. Make sure you know what you're doing with your day. Because the minute you get choices, and it's interesting because I thought choices were always very good for us, but they're not when you have a head like mine. Choices can create havoc. So if you're very low and you're vulnerable, and this condition thrives on vulnerability, being low, abandonment and grief. So if you're going through something and you're low and vulnerable, you need to give your head structure. Okay, that's very important. Very, very important. Take the choices away and you tell your head, or you create a program of what you are going to do with your day. And then you do your best to live up to it. And have some options that just in case one doesn't work out, you've got another one. But have a certain structure, okay? The other thing is you have to have validation and compassion from those around you, or else it's not going to work. So if you're around people that don't give you validation and compassion, then you're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to thrive. They need to understand your condition. They need to work with you. I educated my husband, so to speak. We had counselling together after I came out of the community, and that's the only way. He understands enough about this condition to be able to work with me and not against me. So you need to have that. You need to educate those around you about the condition, and they need to validate you. So if you're going through grief and unhappiness, they need to validate that. There's a certain way of talking to people who have this condition. I was put on a contract called Stop, Think and Listen, because you need to think about what you're saying. When you talk to someone with BPD, you have to listen to what they're saying. If the person doesn't listen, then you may get a situation where that person with the condition will get triggered very, very quickly. Sorry, I'm in the garden, so you can probably hear a lawnmower. But it's a beautiful sunny day and I'm recording this program out in the garden, and I hope you enjoy that, the fact that we're out in nature. So I'm trying to put together some of the techniques. So we talked about structure, validation and compassion. The next most important thing that you have to use with this condition is you need to have a dream. You need to have something to aspire to, a goal, something that you love, something that you want to do with your life, and you have to give yourself the opportunity to nurture yourself, to eat properly, to sleep, to do your best to sleep even when you can't sleep. Give yourself water, play with your animals, but you know, you must create that space as well. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say. Welcome to World Borderline Personality Disorder Month, which is May. I will be putting on loads of programs around this in order to support people with BPD all over the world. I'm on the Casey Armstrong Show on WMAP, where you can listen to me for the next 3 months, my interviews and adverts. And come on board Moving On TV. We're looking for you so we can help you find more solutions for your life. I love you lots and bringing the hope back into your lives. And if you get diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, ask your doctor to refer you to a therapeutic community. That's where you will get all of these things I'm talking about. And if you need to take medication, then you need to take it until they tell you not to. I'm not a doctor, and it's not my job to tell you what to do. My journey does not involve medication, and that's how I work. Take care. Lots of love. Working with an iPhone. Bye.
Hello, my name is Martin Oswald of Martin Oswald Hypnotherapy. I specialise in smoking cessation, weight loss, phobia release, stress management and hypnobirthing. I can do a free assessment via the phone, via Skype or face-to-face at any time. So that's Martin Oswald of Martin Oswald Hypnotherapy. Looking forward to your call now. You can also find me on my Facebook page, which is Martin Oswald Hypnotherapy.
Hey guys, welcome to The Awakening. And today is 44. I've been doing this now for 44 days. And there's been huge things happening. I don't know about you, but huge things happening. And I want to talk about some of them. Just looking at the Course in Miracles today. And I am as love created me. I am as God created me. And so today I want to talk about what's happening with a lot of us and how to deal with it, okay? I've been channeling today and a lot came up. And basically the way I want to help you here is to try and explain that we've all been programmed, and some of us were programmed in a different way. Some of us were programmed and triggered to be triggered in certain situations. And basically this is what came up for me today. So today I did a lot of channeling after an experience that really triggered the little girl that was in the wars. And it was fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So today I want to pass on to you guys in the awakening today what I actually was able to bring up, what I'm able to explain, how I'm able to explain it to you. This is basically what I got. You've all been programmed. One way or another, you've been programmed since the time you were children. And those of you that were brought up with abuse and difficult childhoods, those of you that were brought up in wars were programmed to be on alert when a certain trigger goes off in you. So it's a bit like being hypnotized. You've been hypnotized. You've been hypnotized. And so I was hypnotized as a child in a war zone to deal with certain situations in a certain way. And that's what's happening now with the awakening. All the programs are dissolving. They're all coming up to be cleared, basically. So if I give you the example of what happened to me, just a little bit, I don't want to go too much into my own stuff. But as I say, the only way you can teach and heal is by going through it. So I want to explain to you what happened a little bit so that I can help you as well. So as I was saying, I'm going to give you an example. And as I say, the only way you can help others and teach others is by going through situations that you can heal from. Okay, so, and I'm also going to give you a couple of techniques in this awakening to take you from the dark into the light. Okay, so this is the dark. The dark is you're triggered, whether it's noise, say you grew up in a war zone, and drills seem to put you very far back into an air raid shelter. Okay, and that could happen now, and this is what's happened to me. And it's okay. You accept it, you go through it, you cry, you scream, you curl up into a little ball in a cupboard if you have to, and you feel what it felt like to be in an air raid shelter as a child. But you're not going to heal it yet. You are going